Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of The Wrap, simple news summaries for busy people. Just a note, The Wrap will be going on a 3-week break from next week so that our writers can reset, rest and return stronger to bring you even better content. We will be back from the 10th of October. Back to this week's wrap, a viral video has exposed the horrors of public hospitals in Gauteng. A legendary voice falls silent and a coalition in the country's capital crumbles. Plus, find out all about dipping into the two-pot system. Also, this week we saw Donald Trump and Kamala Harris battle it out on the debate podium, and two of Mzansi's brightest stars, Tyla and Bayanda Walaza, continue to shine bright with their achievements. So, let's dive into your weekly update of empowering and easier to understand news, brought to you by myself, Verashni Pillay, and the Explain.coza team. First up, Tshwane political crisis. Mayor Cilliers Brink's future is uncertain. Brink will face his third motion of no confidence in 2 weeks' time, and this time it may succeed thanks to Action South Africa leader Herman Mashaba, who is in his flip-flop era. The ANC lost control in Tshwane in 2016 and has recently been trying to oust Brink, who is off the DA, despite cooperating with his party at the national level in the Government of National Unity. They failed previously as they don't have the numbers. No one does in the Hung Council. That's where Action South Africa comes in. Mashaba famously referred to the ANC as the devil and said he'd never work with them, but he has since helped the ANC install a new mayor in Johannesburg and may now do the same in Tshwane. As broadcaster Stephen Grootes notes, Mashaba may have realized the limits of his opposition strategy after the game-changing recent national elections and could be desperate to remain relevant in a shifting political landscape. Plus, there have long been tensions between Mashaba and the DA, who he represented as Joburg's mayor back in 2016. Mashaba accuses the DA of undermining and backstabbing Action South Africa, calling EFF a better partner. Yet Mashaba's party does not seem entirely on board. Just a couple of months ago, his party called the ANC's no-confidence motions opportunistic. Action South Africa's Tshwane caucus leader, Jackie Matabate, praised the coalition for reducing corruption, improving service delivery, and a 10 billion rand reduction in irregular expenditure. Action South Africa National Chairperson Michael Bowman, too, has taken a more cautious approach to the upcoming vote of no confidence, saying that his party is studying polls and audit reports before making a decision. However, Mashaba's dominance within the party may mean his word is final, as the party is yet to hold an elective conference that could challenge his leadership. But the DA is not holding its breath. It's not waiting for Action South Africa to make a final decision, saying that they no longer consider them a stable partner. They also allege the ANC's no-confidence motion is in revenge for the DA-led coalition implementing tighter financial controls and therefore cutting off access to illicit income, the South African reported. The DA said ANC Tshwane Secretary George Majila threatened to table the motion of no confidence in exchange for changes to the city's waste collection tender, which replaced 60% of the previous waste removal contractors. So is Mashaba giving the devil, to use his own words, the key to the Tshwane house because his feelings have been hurt and he is feeling his declining political power? Perhaps. And in the end, residents will suffer. Use your vote in the next local government elections wisely. In other political news, vigils were held on Wednesday in Johannesburg and Durban for former Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan's recovery after he was admitted to the hospital on Tuesday. Activists, friends and colleagues gathered to pray for his recovery. In Durban, around 30 people, many of whom have known Gordhan for decades, gathered at the 1860 Heritage Centre. The event, organised by the National Indian Congress 130 Organising Committee, saw attendees sharing personal stories of their commitment to the anti-apartheid struggle and democracy. At Constitution Hill in Johannesburg, activists paid tribute to Gordhan's unwavering commitment to clean governance. Longtime friends and colleagues like Alf Karim reflected on his days with the Natal Indian Congress. Peter Richer, a former colleague at the South African Revenue Services, praised Gordhan's leadership in the fight against corruption. Catherine Hunter Shubane from Defend Our Democracy called Gordhan recalled Gordon's powerful words during the height of state capture. He famously said, "Our souls are not for sale. Our country is not for sale." Gordon served as Minister of Finance from 2009 and continued throughout various reshuffles and controversies, including a brief dismissal in 2015. His second term saw him at the forefront of South Africa's battle against state capture, often drawing criticism from those implicated in corruption. He also faced court cases, notably around the rogue unit at SARS, though many charges were eventually dropped. Gordon was praised and vindicated for standing up against state capture. In 2018, he was appointed Minister of Public Enterprises by Ramaphosa, where he oversaw troubled state-owned enterprises like Eskom and South African Airways. Despite his attempts to reform these entities, they continue to struggle under financial strain and governance issues, which became key points of criticism during his tenure and saw his previous reputation as an anti-corruption crusader somewhat tainted. In entertainment news, South Africa's pop star Tyla is emerging as a powerful advocate for African music in all its diversity. The singer snagged the Global Force Award at Billboard's R&B #1 2024 event on 8th September, further solidifying her status as a major player on the global stage. The glitzy event took place in New York, where Tyla, the queen of Popiano, that's pop plus Ampiano in case you're wondering, had a moment that would make any South African proud. But Tyla did not just bask in the glamour of the moment. She used her platform to make some critical points. "This is just so special, but also bittersweet, because I know there's a tendency to group all African artists under Afro beats," she said. Tyla delivered a powerful message about recognizing and respecting African music for its rich diversity and cultural significance. She called out the tendency to lump all African music together, urging people to see it beyond just a trend or a dance move. She said, "African music is so diverse, it's more than just Afro beats." She also shouted out the other nominees in the category from across the continent. The best part? She got the A-list crowd cheering along to her important points. She said, "Thank you to everyone who cares to learn about other cultures and other styles of music and truly appreciates it for what it is, because it's not just a trend, it's culture." It was a moment that highlighted her growing influence, not just as a musical force, but as a powerful advocate for African culture on the global stage. And it's clear that people are listening. Earlier this year, Tyla became the youngest African artist to win a Grammy, taking home the Best African Music Performance Award for her record-smashing track, Water. The song not only marked the first time a South African soloist entered the US Billboard Hot 100 in 55 years, but also spent a whopping 46 weeks at #1 on the US Afrobeat Songs chart. Back home, a viral video has laid bare the state of Gauteng state hospitals. Former 702 talk show host Tom London posted a series of Facebook Live videos that reveal concerning state of public hospitals in Gauteng. The videos, starting from the 4th of September, when he was a patient at Helen Joseph Hospital in Johannesburg, have caused a stir on social media. A video on the 7th of September accused hospital staff of mistreating patients, which quickly went viral. In addition, London disclosed that a patient, now known as Nicholas Johannes van Berg, had passed away in the ward and remained there for hours. Van Berg's mother, Cecilia, learned about her son's death through the widely circulated video. After spending 14 days at the hospital, London moved to a private hospital thanks to donations from the public and help from Sports, Arts and Culture Minister Gayton McKenzie. London later clarified on Kaya FM that his issue was not with the doctor's medical skills, but with the lack of dignity and kindness shown to patients. He said, "You don't need an MEC or Premier to fix that." The Gauteng Department of Health responded quickly, stating that they were investigating. Health MEC Nomantu Nkomora-Lehoko, however, defended the care London received and mentioned that known infrastructure issues were being addressed through an ongoing refurbishment program. But the viral video is just the latest reminder of the many problems facing South Africa's public hospitals, particularly in Gauteng. Some key issues include, in July, civil society organization Cancer Alliance took the Gauteng Department of Health to court for not spending millions allocated for cancer treatment. Helen Joseph's new boss, Arno Lesibe Molatana, is under investigation by the Special Investigating Unit for allegedly sharing an 8 million rand bribe with 2 other officials. And Rahima Musa Hospital, South Africa's only mother and child hospital, is grappling with water shortages and crumbling infrastructure. Nurses are left hauling water from trucks while patients grow impatient. Critics have pointed out that if the controversial national health insurance is implemented, these situations could become even more common. Thankfully, the NHI is unlikely to see the light of day anytime soon. In some personal finance news, South Africa's new 2-pot retirement system kicked off this month, and it has since become a feeding frenzy. Retirement fund administrators were swamped with withdrawal requests. Sanlam's WhatsApp line blew up with over 80,000 messages in just 2 days. It's usually just 18,000 a day. Insurer Alexander Forbes processed 1.5 billion rand in withdrawals in the first week. It's clear that South Africans are feeling the pinch and looking to their retirement funds for relief. The new system was proposed by the National Treasury in 2022 and became effective on the 1st of September this year. It was created to help struggling South Africans access a portion of their retirement savings during financial hardships without compromising their entire retirement nest egg. Unlike the previous system, where all retirement funds could only be withdrawn all at once and at any time, the 2-pot system divides contributions into a savings pot, accessible any time before retirement, and a retirement pot, which is protected until retirement. You can withdraw up to 30,000 as a once-off seeding amount from your savings pot. After that, you can take out any amount over 2,000 rand once every year. But note, it's not as simple as sending a WhatsApp and getting your cash. Old mutual customers can check their balance and tax estimates via WhatsApp until the 22nd of September, but withdrawals can only begin on the 23rd of September. Discovery, meanwhile, will only start processing retail withdrawals from the 8th of September and corporate withdrawals from the 16th of September. A word of caution: while it might be tempting to grab that cash, financial experts are urging people to think long term. One advisor from Sanlam says many plan to use the funds for living expenses or debt, but it's essential to consider how this will impact your future retirement. In addition, the money you withdraw adds to your taxable income, so you could end up with a more enormous tax bill than expected. Also, the taxman will first subtract any previous tax debt you owe before paying out. So while the 2-pot system offers short-term relief, careful planning is crucial to ensure you don't shortchange your future self. In other entertainment news, the iconic voice behind Star Wars' Darth Vader and The Lion King's Mufasa has been silenced. James Earl Jones, the man whose deep, resonant tones brought to life some of the most memorable characters in cinema, passed away at 93 in his home in Dutchess County, New York. His death on 9 September marks the end of an era for fans of film, theatre, and of course, the galaxy far, far away. Jones, born in Mississippi in 1931 and raised in Michigan, overcame a childhood stammer to become a towering figure in entertainment. He earned a Tony Award for The Great White Hope and became a Hollywood pioneer, especially for black actors. Star Wars creator George Lucas paid tribute to Jones, calling him an incredible actor, a most unique voice both in art and spirit. Mark Hamill, who played Luke Skywalker, expressed his loss simply on social media with, "Rest in peace, Dad." Kevin Costner, Jones' co-star in Field of Dreams, remembered him as a man whose booming voice and quiet strength were only matched by his kindness. Fellow Star Wars actor Samuel L. Jackson, in a touching nod to his influence, said, "If you were an actor or aspired to be an actor, one of the standards we always had was to be a James Earl Jones." As Mufasa, the wise and noble lion in Disney's The Lion King, his powerful and comforting voice became synonymous with wisdom, authority, and love. His was a career filled with accolades, including 3 Tonys, 2 Emmys, a Grammy, and an honorary Oscar. Rest in peace, James Earl Jones. May your legacy continue to inspire and your voice forever echo across the galaxy. In international news, the world watched Tuesday as former US President Donald Trump and current Vice President Kamala Harris duked it out in their first and possibly only presidential debate. The consensus is that Trump was the poorer performer. Here's what you need to know. 1. Trump on the defensive. Harris wasted no time getting under Trump's skin. She mocked his rallies, claiming people left due to boredom, sparking a defensive Trump to tout his events as the biggest rallies in history. A typical Trumpian response, clearly showing that Harris's jabs got to him. Second, immigration drama was a hot topic. Trump, playing to his Republican audience, trotted out a bizarre and false claim that Haitian immigrants were eating pets in Springfield, Ohio. Harris, running on the Democratic ticket, called him out, focusing on the human cost of his policies. Trump's inflammatory rhetoric was not backed by facts, but it's his signature play to rile up his base. The topic of abortion saw Trump rehashing his tired claims that abortions are happening in the 9th month of pregnancy, a total fabrication. Harris, meanwhile, highlighted the real-life consequence of overturning Roe versus Wade, describing how women have been denied critical care in emergencies. Harris pledged to restore some of Roe's protections if she wins. Neither candidate offered groundbreaking solutions when it came to the Israel-Gaza conflict, but Harris reiterated her support for Israel while also backing a 2-state solution for Palestinians. Trump sticking to his bold promises, claiming he would settle it fast. We've heard that one before, but action, not so much. And the final point, gun control showdown. Trump accused Harris of wanting to confiscate guns, a classic line from the right. Harris herself, a gun owner, firmly denied that. She assured viewers that neither she nor her running mate, Tim Walz, planned to take away guns, but would push for stricter gun laws. With gun violence a hot-button issue, this one's sure to keep coming up. As the race heats up, Harris leads in the polls, but Trump is not far behind. Election day is looming on 5th November for America, and it's anyone's guess who will come out on top. Finally, Bayanda Walaza, South Africa's rising sprinting star. We've told you about him before, and we thought we'd take a deeper dive for this week's wrap. At just 18, Bayanda Walaza is making waves as one of South Africa's most exciting young sprinters. His journey from schoolboy star to global champion is inspiring, not just for his achievements, but also for what it means for South Africans on the world stage. Walaza's big break came in 2023 when he snagged a bronze medal in the 100 meters at the African Under-18 Championships. But 2024 was his year to shine. He bagged 2 golds at the World Athletics Under-20 Championships in Lima, Peru for the 100 and 200 meter races, making history as the first South African to win the coveted 100 meter title at that level. Not to mention, this was hot on the heels of his Olympic silver medal in the 4x100 meter relay at the Paris 2024 Olympics. The Lima wins were special for Walaza, not only because of the medals, but because they were a personal victory. "This is about me. It feels special," he said, reflecting on his triumph. He's now a household name with young athletes across South Africa looking up to him. What sets Walaza apart is not just his speed and distinctive running style. Dubbed Wobble Wobble for his unconventional technique, his unique arm movements have become his signature. His coach, Thabo Matabedi, insists that messing with this could throw off the delicate balance that makes Walaza a formidable sprinter. Personal tragedy has also shaped his journey. At age 10, he witnessed his father's violent death, a trauma that could have derailed his future. Instead, with the support of his mother, Toliwe, and counseling, Walaza channeled his grief into his passion for athletics. He's preparing for his matric exams at Curro Hazeldean High School between winning medals, and he's staying in South Africa to train at Tuks, choosing home over prestigious US offers. His ultimate goal, to inspire future athletes and elevate South African sprinting to new heights. That's it from us at The Wrap, an award-winning product of Explain.coza. Simple news summaries for busy people. The wrap is sponsored by Explain's agency division. We specialize in content marketing for purpose-driven organizations, often with a pan-African reach. Mail info at explain.coza for a quote. Until next time, remember to share the love, tell your friends to sign up at explain.coza/subscribe. Goodbye from me and the team.